Located on the inland sea in western Honshu, Hiroshima will forever have its name associated with the dropping of the first atomic bomb on August 6, 1945. Yet despite this devastating event, a tragedy that destroyed much of the city, killing an estimated 260,000 people and injuring more than 160,000 others, Hiroshima and its resilient people bounced back. In fact, this remarkable city, which so many believed would be uninhabitable for decades, had by 1974 doubled its pre-war population. Hiroshima today is regarded as the world's peace capital and is home to such notable attractions as the Hiroshima Peace Institute, as well as a number of important structures that survived the bombing, if only as ruins, and which provide a sobering reminder of that fateful day. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 rated tourist attractions in Hiroshima. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome travel guides, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. Let's cut to the chase. At 10, Hiroshima City Transportation Museum and other museums. In addition to its many fine museums dealing with war and peace, Hiroshima boasts numerous other such attractions. One of the most popular is the Hiroshima City Transportation Museum, with its collection of old trams and streetcars, including the famous A-bomb tram that survived the devastation of 1945. For kids, a visit to the Hiroshima Children's Museum will entertain for hours with its many hands-on, interactive science displays and exhibits, as well as an excellent planetarium. Also worth checking out are the Hiroshima City Ebayama Museum of Meteorology, a fun place to visit to explore weather and its effects, and the Hiroshima City Museum of History and Traditional Crafts, with its displays related to local industry and agriculture. At 9, Hiroshima Museum of Art and other galleries. Consisting of 8 galleries, the Hiroshima Museum of Art is just one of a number of world-class art galleries worth visiting. Highlights include a collection of paintings by European masters such as Monet, Renoir, Degas, Malol and Picasso, representing key movements such as Romanticism and Impressionism. There are also numerous works by leading Japanese artists such as Ryohei Koiso and Yuzo Seiki. Be sure to also visit the Hiroshima Prefectural Art Museum. Opened in 1968, it focuses on the work of local artists, including collections of art related to the atomic bombing, as well as a children's gallery. The Hiroshima City Museum of Contemporary Art is also worthwhile, with its many permanent and temporary exhibits. At 8, Fudoin Temple. The city's Fudoin Temple is also worth visiting. The popular attraction is a fine example of the architecture of the Muromachi period between the 14th and 16th centuries. Although only 4 kilometers from the epicenter of the atom bomb blast, the main building survived intact, apart from some damage to its roof. Highlights of a visit include seeing the temple's main hall, which is famous for its elegantly carved statue and is now designated as a national treasure. There are also numerous important statues sprinkled among the temple's other buildings, as well as a bell tower dating from the 15th century. Next up at 7, Mitaki-dera Temple. Of Hiroshima's many fine historic temples, one of the most attractive is Mitaki-dera. Originally built in 809 CE and reconstructed after the war, the site is as famous for its splendid temple as it is for its beautiful grounds. Come autumn, the trees here burst into an array of vibrant reds and golds as the maples change colour. Also known as the Three Falls Temple for its location at the foot of Mount Mitaki, the temple is notable for its red lacquered pagoda, tahoto and nearby waterfalls. At 6, Memorial Cathedral of World Peace. One of the largest Roman Catholic churches in Asia, the huge grey Memorial Cathedral of World Peace was built in 1954 on the initiative of a German Jesuit priest named Hugo Lassalle, who had experienced the explosion of the atomic bomb firsthand. Officially designated as the Assumption of Mary Cathedral, it was designed by leading Japanese architect Murano Togo. The building was largely paid for by contributions made by numerous countries and stands as a testament to the ability of nations to work together when necessary. The highlight of a visit includes seeing the cathedral's 4 bells in the 46-metre high tower, presented by the German town of Bochum. Other notable features include the splendid organ provided by the city of Cologne, the bronze doors from Düsseldorf, and the altar presented by Belgium. If time allows, consider popping in during daily mass. At 5. Shukkei-en Garden. Located on the banks of the Ota River sits the beautiful Shukkei-en Garden. This oasis of peace and tranquility was splendidly laid out by Asano Nagakira of Kyoto in 1620 in imitation of the famous landscaped garden on the western lake of the old South Chinese Sung dynasty capital of Hangzhou. Once the home of Emperor Meiji, the gardens opened to the public after being donated to the city in 1940. Despite heavy damage from the nuclear attack of 1945, the gardens reopened in all their former glory in 1951. A highlight of a visit is simply walking its many garden trails and traversing its bridges while enjoying the abundance of pools and streams which draw their water from the Ota. For a truly memorable experience, opt to join in one of the authentic tea ceremonies offered at the on-site tea houses. Alternatively, drop into the Senshui Tei tea shop for a soothing tea or coffee and a sweet treat, an even better experience during the spring blossoms or fall colours. At 4. Hiroshima Castle. Also known as the Castle of Carp, Hiroshima Castle was built in 1593 as a residence of local nobleman Fukushima Masanori before passing into the possession of famous samurai Asano Nagakira in 1690. The castle's lovely 5-story main tower, fully constructed in 1958, contains an informative museum dealing with both the history of the city as well as the castle itself. From here, you'll also enjoy fine views over Hiroshima, the harbour and the island of Mitaki-dera on the top floor. Of interest within the castle grounds are 3 trees that famously survived the atomic blast: a willow, holly and eucalyptus, as well as a concrete bunker used for radio broadcasts after the bombing. Be sure to also view the castle at night when it is lit up in colourful displays that change with the season. And now, at 3, Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum. A must-see when visiting Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park is the Peace Memorial Museum, with its many chilling displays focusing on the atomic bombing of the city, as well as numerous exhibits dealing with the issue of world peace. Comprised of 2 rather starkly designed modern buildings, the museum contains numerous graphic exhibits conveying the terrible reality of the atomic bombing and takes about 2 hours to see in its entirety. The East Building tells of Hiroshima before and after the bombing, while the West Building concentrates on the events of that fateful August day. One of the most popular of Hiroshima's tourist attractions, the Peace Memorial Museum, draws more than 1 million visits a year from those wishing to learn about the city's destruction, the causes of the war, and its results. And now, at number 2, the island shrine of Itsukushima. Miyajima, also known as Shrine Island, is one of Japan's most important and most visited coastal sites. Covering some 30 square kilometers of Hiroshima Bay, the island is famous for the spectacular Itsukushima Shrine, dedicated to the princesses Ichikeshahime, Tagorehime, and Tagitsuhime, daughters of the Shinto wind god Susanoo. First mentioned in 811 CE, the shrine's buildings rise out of the waters of a small bay supported on piles and, at high tide, appear to float on water, presenting a picturesque and colourful spectacle with their red timber framing and white walls. It's a particularly attractive sight at night time. Highlights of a visit include the main hall, the offerings hall, the prayer hall and the Hall of 1,000 Mats. You'll also want to see, at the far end and flanked by 2 music pavilions, the stage used for cult dances. Dances are performed here during festivals. Be sure to spend time exploring the island itself. It's quite lovely to see and is famous for its exquisite gardens and wild yet friendly deer. The aforementioned Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park and Miyajima Island tour is a great way to enjoy this spectacular UNESCO World Heritage Site. This guided tour takes in the best of the attraction and its many monuments and shrines, and includes a pleasant ferry ride that takes you to the mainland. And finally, at number 1, Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park. Created to symbolize the need for everlasting peace, Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park, commemorates the many victims of the world's first nuclear attack in August 1945. Located at the epicenter of the blast in what was once a bustling part of the city, the park includes a variety of important monuments, memorials and museums relating to the events of that fateful day and its aftermath, and attracts more than 1 million visitors each year. In addition to the grounds and gardens with their colourful cherry blossoms, highlights include the Peace Memorial Museum, the Memorial Cenotaph and the Flame of Peace, as well as perhaps the site's best-known landmark, the Atom Bomb Dome. This much-photographed landmark comprises the ruins of the old Chamber of Industry and Commerce, which lay at the epicenter of the explosion. Also of interest are the Children's Peace Monument, with its sculptures of a young girl holding a paper bird, and the monument to the victims of the atomic bomb, a concrete arch through which the atom bomb dome can be seen. A great way for tourists to see the site is via the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park and Miyajima Island tour. This excellent introduction to two of the city's top attractions includes an English-speaking guide to share the stories behind this moving testament to man's folly, as well as a tranquil ferry ride to and from Shrine Island. And there you have the top 10 rated tourist attractions in Hiroshima. Did you like what you saw? Let us know in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fantastic travel guides. So see you next time.